So, walking with a phone and trying to video at the same time is almost impossible, especially in the countryside, because you're constantly having to watch where your feet are going, and also the vibration of your body walking is going to make your phone jump on each step. So there has to be a better solution to this, mustn't there? So, welcome to my channel once again, and today we are going to talk about gimbals. That's right, a device that's going to enable me to take better video outside, certainly, and a smoothness, of course. Let's hope that's what's going to happen here. But first, let's go back home and I'll show you first of all in this particular video what a gimbal looks like, and then I think what will happen is I'll do a part 2 where I come out into the countryside and show some of the techniques that can be used with a gimbal and a mobile phone, because that's what I'll be using. So join me back home for a demonstration of the gimbal. Hi again, and we're back indoors, and this video as my friend outside, I'm not sure who that was actually outside doing that introduction, but my friend outside said something about gimbals, so that's what we're going to look at today. Just to backtrack a bit about what I use with my mobile phone, I use this, which is a selfie stick. So if any of you are familiar with or not familiar with how a selfie stick works, and this is how it does work. I can place my mobile phone on the end of this selfie stick like that, okay, and I've got a handle here and I can extend this wherever I want, so I can hold this out in front of me and video me like that, or I can drop my phone on the floor, or I can use this selfie stick as a tripod. So when you see me normally, I've usually got this on the table and my phone on the top here, and that's what I use, a small tripod to video myself. So I just thought I'd show you that first, because using a selfie stick is useful, but what it doesn't do, it doesn't get rid of movement. And so what I'm going to show you now is the gimbal. So here is the gimbal, moving about as gimbals do. Quite a strange contraption, this. It does have a little tripod on the end of it like that, so I can set it down on the ground. But gimbals are mostly about holding out like a selfie stick and allowing the mechanism in here. There are 3 motors that move in 3 different planes to enable your phone to always be steady. I'm sure you've heard the term Steadicam I think that's a copyright name for a particular type of camera that the cameraman can use where they need to walk or even run whilst filming and keep a steady action going. So these gimbals are really like a very simplistic Steadicam. And what I'm going to do now, I mean, this thing's just flopping all over the place, but we're going to put my mobile phone in here, hopefully not drop it on the floor again, but I'm then going to show you how the gimbal actually works. And by the way, this gimbal is, its name or its company name is Hohem, H-O-H-E-M. It's one of the budget type gimbals, but it's a 3-axis gimbal, and therefore it attempts to eliminate all movement in 3 planes to give you a very smooth filming experience. So let me just change the camera around and I'll show you how this works. Right, okay, so we've got the gimbal on the table here in front, and you can see that it's still in its kind of floppy state. If I just pick it up, it just wobbles around, doesn't do very much at all. So I'm just going to show you how this particular gimbal is set up. Now I'm not doing this video particularly to show how to use this particular make of gimbal, but of course if there's a need to do that, I could do another video that goes into detail, but this particular video is just really about just showing you what a gimbal is and how you might set it up for use. Second video I think will come along later. So it's my mobile phone, it's still working even though I've dropped it on the floor, and you place the mobile phone into these clamps here. It's a bit fiddly and sometimes my phone complains, but no, it's in there now, as you can see. If I let it drop, can you just see that it's kind of flat? And I've actually adjusted this. If I push it out of adjustment, there's 2 clamps here that maybe if you put your phone in initially, it's sitting like that, it's not kind of flat. Let's just adjust it back to where it was. It's because I've already set this up once, so there. So you kind of have to put your all mobile phones are different weights, and of course that means that you've got to set the gimbal up for your particular phone. So there it is there. Let me just move that down slightly. Hope you can see that okay. So it's just sitting there, and I set it up so that it's kind of balancing well, and now I'm going to switch the power on. So keep my finger on the on button until it wakes up, and magically the gimbal comes to life with the phone facing me. Now if I take the stick of the gimbal and move it and keep it in camera, let's take a better view, let's come out a little bit further, you'll see that as I move the gimbal in my hand, the actual phone remains still in the same plane. Now, so I've now got my phone on the video camera, and hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to point it towards the lens. I hope you can see that the phone is actually in its video mode, and as I move my hand around from side to side like this, the phone stays stable. And this means that when I video, the filming should be a lot smoother. So I'm now filming on my phone on the gimbal, so I'm going to set it to a setting here where it should recognize my face. Yeah, it's picked up my face, and now you will see if I move around, the gimbal moves the phone, or at least it moves itself and the phone is attached, and it should keep a hold of my face image. I think you can see it probably on both cameras. If I come round to this position, you can probably see it, and if I stand up, it should follow me. And if I come down, or at least try to come down, I think it's losing me now a bit. You may have to reset it. I'll just reset. There we go. So now I'm sat down and it's still tracking me. So a useful addition for me, because it means that I can have my own camera person tracking me, and I think this will work from quite a distance as well. So really that's all I was going to show today is the gimbal, what it does and how it performs. And what I intend to do is, I think I've already mentioned, is that I'm going to produce another video outside in the countryside and set some autumn scenes to music. That's my intentions. I think that could be quite fun. Not sure how that's going to go, but hey, you know, it's an experiment. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this, and you'll follow me through on the second video, and well, that'll be in a few weeks' time, I would guess. That's going to take some work to actually produce that. So that's all for me, as I've said, and you know, take care out there with the pandemic. The cases are rising again, so keep safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye.